Good evening, guys. My name's Jeff. This is
Glenn.
we don't need this at the moment. We're just waiting for Todd to turn up, guys. Hopefully he's going to be here shortly. This is the Friday Frothy. This is a chance to go and grab a beer, sit down and relax. We're going to talk some sport, and hopefully if Todd turns up, we're going to talk some motor racing. This is the Friday Frothy.
Hang on a minute.
We're hanging on a minute.
Hey. We're still hanging on.
We're hanging.
'Cause I can't find the intro. Where did it go?
Don't know.
Here it goes.
Thank you.
I think we're getting there. Here we go. Here we go.
Guys, on to our reviews. You're listening to the Friday Frothy. What a fantastic show.
Okay, viewers, welcome back.
We're back in the bar, mate, and we hope that he may join now.
Well, this is the thing, Lenny. Normally on a Friday afternoon or Friday evening or during the week, I put together a show of all things that happen in sports during the week. We get on here and we talk about it, and we've got Todd Hazelwood on tonight, hopefully, if he jumps on shortly. But I don't have a plan B tonight, so...
Well, the problem is, as I just said to you a minute ago, there's been some massive storms and that in New South Wales, I don't know about Queensland, but hopefully he's not in one of those areas, because if he is, we're not getting through. And, of course, I suppose what we can talk about is what we can control now. We've got a massive game of footy on tonight.
Carlton versus Sydney.
Don't know what your opinion is there, but
This is really flat, guys.
Well,
Come
let me
on.
start by saying that everything I've watched so far is all about Carlton. They can do it. They'll go all the way. They're grand finalists. They're going to, sorry, Corey, I'm not dishing it out.
Yes, well, welcome to Corey. He's out there. He's at the game,
Yep.
But look, I reckon it'll be an exciting game. I'm a bit like you, Jeff. I don't think it'll be one-sided, and it starts at about 10-2, I think 10-8 tonight.
Yep.
The game, and I reckon it's a toss of the coin. I really believe that Sydney will not. It's the way they play football. They will not lay down. They've still got three big forwards up there.
Yep.
Marty, and they've got McDonald and these other guys. They've got Papley back in. He came back in.
Yeah. Okay.
Carlton have gone and dropped, which will be very interesting because they've gone and dropped. Young Fisher, who I thought was playing okay. They had a few come back into the side, but they were going to rely heavily on Charlie Curnow and that Mackay. Is that going to work? I don't know what the conditions are like. So if anyone is not watching the footy yet and wants to, call in. And tell us what it's like over there at the moment, because it was pretty ordinary there last night at the MCG. And
well, let's have a bit of quick talk about that, Glennie. The match last night, Melbourne versus Collingwood.
Well, congratulations to Collingwood.
Yeah, you Pie supporters out there.
Yeah, it was a cracker of a game. And it all started very early, mate. And young Brayshaw, who obviously wears the headgear, and that he was knocked out, KO'd, but. I don't know what you thought there. I just thought it was.
What do you do?
Well, he was up in the air to
going for the ball.
Going for the ball. And sometimes in football, it's a contact sport. Those things happen. So the way I look at it is bad luck for young Angus.
Yep.
But I don't think he did anything wrong. He plays on the sort of on the right on the peripheral. The
proverbial.
No, what's his name? The halfback flanker, Maynard.
Maynard, yes.
Brandon Maynard.
Yeah.
So that's how he plays. He jumped in the air. Once you're up there, what I was laughing about with the commentating afterwards is they said when he was up, he's in mid-air, right? He's up a mile. He put his hands up like that. And then they said, well, he didn't turn, he turned a little bit sideways. What's he meant to do? Unfortunately, when you've got contact sports, whether it be cricket, I don't care what it is, soccer, I don't care what the game is.
Yeah.
he couldn't do anything, could he?
No.
So I hope he gets out of it.
They were talking about him, he should have done this, he shouldn't have done that, he should have put his hands to his face, and I'm thinking, you're in mid-air, what are you supposed to do?
Well,
Seriously?
it's quite a laugh, really, because the Giants, they've got a game coming up, I think it's tomorrow, isn't it, and against St Kilda, and young Toby Bedford, he was the, I know we're jumping around from game to game, but he got, why I'm going with this, he got let off from the tribunal. They went to the tribunal and said, no, he's rubbed out. It was for a block. Okay, so he backed into the guy, and that young Fisher, who I just said was dropped from Carlton, he ran into him. Now, you're allowed to do that, but they reported him, and then they said, no, he's gone for a week. And then GWS went and only yesterday, and they said, well, okay, no, we're going to appeal again. He got off. They bring in biochemists and all this sort of thing, and all these, that's wrong, he's not a chemist. He's a I'm trying to think what they are. They're a sports
pushing their way to a win.
A sports whatever you want to
Scientist.
Scientist.
That'll do.
So is it nearly over yet, guys? Is AFL nearly done?
Yeah, a couple
No, it's not done because we've got a whole week of it. We've got
just before you do, just guys, if you're jumping in now, we're still waiting for Todd to jump on, guys. So
we don't know where he is.
We're talking. I've sent him a message.
AWOL.
She's gone AWOL.
We got some people we know, and Robin that
they're in Alaska.
They're in Alaska, and he might be near him.
Nebraska.
He might be close there, Toddy, at the moment. I don't know where he is. He might be in his enduro car, mate. We just don't know where he is.
Well, Sandown starts next week, mate. So he's been doing some testing in his car, and
we've had the lad on before, and he's doing quite well, and. We hope that we can talk to him. But other than that, we're just going to keep winging it.
Well,
so how many more weeks to AFL?
Oh, Roger.
Is the grand final round?
Well, there's 3.
Well, obviously Collingwood are in the prelim.
Yes.
So
how's North Melbourne going?
Shut up.
No, we won't talk about all North Melbourne.
How are the Bombers?
Shut up.
How are the Hawks?
Shut up. So anyway.
Are the Bulldogs going okay?
Nah, they're gone.
Oh, bugger.
But so the way it's shaping up at the moment, Collingwood have done very well. They finished on top, so they get the rights at the moment. So they will play. Oh, sorry, they get the week's rest.
Yes.
They're in the prelim.
Yep.
The loser, which was Melbourne, and they obviously Angus Brayshaw, who we spoke about earlier, was knocked out. He'll miss the next week or two. So, but they will play.
You reckon he'll get
play
done,
the winner out of Carlton tonight and the Sydney Swans.
Yep.
The loser, of course, mate, it's elimination final.
Goodbye.
They're out. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But also the St Kilda game. That's an elimination final tomorrow night. They had 92,000, didn't they, last night in the house? They're probably looking around about 70 odd tonight. So over the weekend.
Hey, Renee.
Hello, Renee. How you going? So over the weekend, they're going to be, like I meant, St Kilda, as I said, 70,000. I think Brisbane, they play Port up there. When's that? Saturday night.
Yeah, I think
Must be Saturday night.
I think so.
So they're probably looking at a full house. I don't know what capacity is at the Gabba, but they're probably looking at around about 60, 70 there. So AFL doing okay, mate. Kisser at the grand final.
What do you think of that?
They've come down. I've seen, what's his name, old Stanley on the Today Show.
Paulie.
And for a guy over 70, and, he got probably 40 years on me, he's looking pretty good. Actual fact, and he said...
He's got makeup on, Glenn. we all look good with makeup on.
I don't, but anyway.
Well, I know.
Once again, guys, if you're just joining us now and jumping in, we're still waiting for Todd to turn up. Obviously, something's gone wrong his end, and we're on Plan B, which we just don't have one.
I'm actually going to run
you just talk rubbish.
Well,
I'm
actually going to run the football tonight. When it comes on, we'll put it on the TV and I'll commentate.
You're going to call it?
I'm going to call it.
Lean forward a bit.
I'm going to do the calling.
Lean forward a bit. You've got something in your teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, you got a thing in your tooth, in the middle of your tooth. It's a poppy seed or something. What have
Love
you been
it.
eating?
Love that. Oh.
It's still there. Do you want me to get it out?
Go away.
It's annoying me. I can't look away.
Well, I'm going to start talking about Todd Hazelwood. I mean, how about you answer the questions? I'll throw you the questions. You answer.
Let's see what we're going to talk with Todd. I mean, I don't know. We were going to give away some prizes.
We were, and we got some really good
we
questions.
were going to give away a hat,
There we go.
a Glen Cleaver, a mug.
I can put that little picture up.
Well,
if you
yeah,
want
well,
There we go. That's what we was going to give away tonight, viewers.
Yeah, but look,
to. Stay tuned. It's not like it's all gone.
I'm sure he's got a good reason.
This
for
show,
not
anything
being
can happen.
Well,
with
that's
this
true.
show.
That's
This
true.
is
When you're
just-
live at 7 o'clock, you can't.
Oh, hello.
No, that's just me. Sorry,
That's all right.
that's just me.
I mean, when you're live, you just don't know what's going to happen. But I suppose what we can say about what he's doing, and you know, Jeff, you're a bit over this. So,
yes, I am.
all over it. When I mean is we've got Sandown coming up, which is the enduro races.
Yep.
And of course, this is all leading up to Bathurst, mate.
Yes.
So,
Sure.
Wrong.
Yep.
so what can you tell us? From what we know, he's in the Blanchard Racing.
Yes. Yes.
And
they've just put another car in, and they had some testing on the weekend.
Okay.
And yeah, it's well, once again, this is the questions we were going to ask him, but you know,
we were going to say who the drivers are.
they've got drivers, but I haven't written that down because I was
No.
letting him do that. One's Aaron Love, and I don't know who. I asked Kostecki. Is the other driver in that car,
Okay.
and he will be teaming up with Blanchard himself.
I've got a kind of an idea.
What's that, mate?
Why doesn't Glenn interview you about the Bathurst experience? Because that's something that you can do until Todd comes on.
Well, we could do that.
You could do that.
We could do that.
Review officer has
Glenn,
graded
can you
the
hold up your
Reno-
pen, please?
Yeah, this is not good. This is not
I'm
good.
just a bit concerned. Look, show us your pen.
There you go. It was a Richmond. It was given to me. That.
But we've had some really good questions come
It's a
in,
bit sparkly.
and yeah. But anyway,
Yeah,
Thank you.
Don't get any glitter in your face.
So the match review officer has graded the Maynard Brayshaw
Yeah.
severe impact at high contact, drawing a minimum of 3-match ban.
oof,
It hasn't been said yet, but
Who said that? The committee?
the match review officer.
Well, he's gone.
he's gone.
They'll
Well,
be gone.
they'll protest.
They'll
it.
protest it because
Yeah.
you cannot change an act. It was a football act.
You're in midair.
Well, they've made that up
That's stupid.
this
No,
weekend.
it's all about headlines.
Football
It's about what it is. So,
Yeah,
No, I don't think it's,
yeah.
so well, what are we? Are we
Sorry,
talking
that's
car racing now?
Yeah, mate. Well,
Or do you want to talk a bit about the cricket as well?
yeah. What happened?
Well, the obviously Australia are over, and they've just whitewashed South Africa 3-0
Oh, really?
in the 2020.
How? Who
And
knew about
Mitch
this?
Marsh.
Did you know about
Glenn
this?
I am the guru.
But I mean, what was it on TV? Was it you had to have Stan or you have to have KO or
Probably
something?
KO or something, and yeah, it'd be on KO.
Yeah, okay.
But no, Mitch Marsh, he's the captain of the side, and Smith's still out injured. But they went over there. They've got two spinners. A young spinner that's been playing in the I call it pajama cricket, as you know, but Sanger, not the sandwich, but Sanger. He's a new up and coming. We've got the new Shane Warne,
I
mate.
love a good singer.
Jeff, we've
yes.
got the new Shane Warne.
Yes.
He's a. I'm not sure.
Hello, Juanita.
Hello, Juanita. How are we going over there?
We're missing Todd Juanita. We don't know
Yeah,
what's happened to him. I've
we
sent him a
don't know.
message, but
We're winging it.
so guys, if you're out there waiting for Todd Hazelwood, we're still waiting for him. So, we're just talking rubbish at the moment.
So So anyway, this kid, he's come in, he's bowling, and we've cleaned him up big time. 3-0 pretty quickly, and now we're moving into the ODIs, which is the 50 over, and Australia, mate, started off pretty well. They won the toss.
Yep.
They were batting, and they ended up making about. I'm making this up, mate, but roughly about 224. No, it was roughly around about that. We were something like 7 for like.
Is that right?
Yeah, we were 7 out for about 117 or something like that. And what's his name? Cameron Green got hit early from that Rabat or one of them. got hit in the head, mate. He done an Angus Brayshaw, so he was off. So
He get 3 weeks. Does he get 3 weeks for a bar?
well, God knows. But they bring in the sub, and the sub. Guess who the sub was? Oh, Lampshade.
Yeah, he came in.
They brought in. He can come on.
He got cut. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. He was not in the side, so he came in,
Yeah.
and he batted with.
He got over 80 runs.
Yes, exactly right, Lee, because he came in with Aston Agar, the spinner from WA. They've done a record partnership, as my good wife over there and makeup artist said. 80 odd runs he got, and Agar's top scored, making it up, 49 or something like that. But that's for the 8th wicket. We won, Jeff.
And I believe
We got over 224, so we won the game. So Lampshade is still good in the 50 over. We're not sure about the 2020, mate. But so Australia are going well. So there you go.
so. We need Alex Carey's talking about wanting a captain. He's put his hand up. He wants to captain. Well, Mitch March isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Juanita said that the rugby starts tonight. Do you know much about that one?
It does, Juanita. No, absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all. And
So is that the rugby union?
I'm gathering so.
Is that the Wallabies?
The
is
World
it?
Cup Wallabies?
We're talking about the Wallabies.
Yeah.
Well, they're struggling.
Because Robert say it's a league. The other one's a league.
Let's face it, they're struggling, the Wallabies.
And the Euro Tours and the dart starts back. Damon Hedder has moved to number 12 in the world. Well done, Damon.
Well
If you haven't
done.
watched our show before.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Guys, if you're out there, we don't have Todd Hazelwood at the moment because
No.
he's gone missing. So
And
just,
if we want to jump over to soccer, which is something we don't do very often, but the old Ange, as we spoke about, prostate coglu,
prostate coglu.
prostrate coglu.
Put the phone number up.
He's doing great things with Tottenham Hotspurs over there, mate. They play Burnley.
Bloody Robbie Williams is
No,
singing
listen,
songs
they
to
play
him.
bloody Burnley.
There's a bit of a love
Now,
thing happening there. I'll tell you.
Burnley's in England, isn't it? Right? You know what they beat them? They were 5-2. They beat them. I just thought I'd tell you that.
That's great.
And that's pretty good. So what he's doing at the moment, they haven't lost any games. He's gone over there and they were struggling. They were going to get relegated. They're gone to the top of the Wazza at the moment. So old Ange, he's probably the biggest, hottest property as a manager in the...
Well, I
in
said
the
Robbie
whole
Williams
English-
sung him a
Oh,
song.
well, he's one-eyed Tottenham Hotspurs. Yeah, they're singing Ange.
Hotspurs.
God, they love that,
Hotspurs.
mate, don't they?
Well, Glennie, why don't we just say, guys, if you've turned up here to watch Todd Hazelwood, and as you can see, he's not here at the moment. We don't know what's happened. Hopefully he's okay. We've got a phone number that flicks across the bottom of the screen. If you want to ring up and tell us why you follow Todd or who you do follow on V8 Supercars, give us a call and have a chat with us because we don't have a plan B tonight. We're
Tell us about any local footy.
anything.
What finals are on at the moment? I know young Sammy Siggins. I did pick that up. He won the medal for the again second year in a row. So congratulations, Sam, on his. I suppose it's like a William Leach. I don't know what they call it now, but he won the medal for the best player in the statewide league. Their finals must be starting too. I think this week. I'd imagine that
Local
finals
footy?
are starting. Local football.
we should go.
So we should go. We've also got coming up in the future. We've got the 1990 reunion coming up as well. We'll be there, and hopefully we get to see all the greats, all past players and that. So the game there again, as we said a couple of weeks ago, is at North Hobart. So get your backside trackside and get along there and have a look at the some of the old greats running around.
I'm just going to say, could one of you girls just put in the chat there that we're still waiting for Todd? He hasn't turned up, just so I don't have to keep saying it. It's in that shield in the thing.
Yeah.
Now, Juanita, just on the darts, there was Michael Smith. He's had a bit of a push for the darts to be in the next Olympics.
Mickey Smith, is he? Okay. So what's
number one?
World number one. So what do you mean to push to play in the Olympics? Because
Well,
it's not an Olympic
It's not an
sport.
Olympic sport. But if they can have breakdancing and bloody, I don't know.
Well, they have synchronised Glen Cleaver, don't they? In the
do.
swimming pool, you know.
Yes.
Do all that sort of stuff and that, like I do. Well, they could do that, couldn't they? Because the darts it's entertainment plus now, and this is where sport's going now. It's not just, as I said, they're throwing the darts, but it's an entertaining sport.
The way he's described it, mate, is not everyone can pick up a dart and throw it. He said you can go out and you can throw darts and like we do. And he said play every day for 2 years and come out and they still wouldn't beat these guys.
No.
It's not just someone down the pub throwing some darts.
No, that's right.
Currently waiting for Todd to call in, guys. Thank you very much. So, yeah, if you're new, you're just joining us. Sorry, guys. We don't have
the other thing is, too, mate, just jumping around some of the
moment.
sports. The Boomers and that, they got rolled out of the World Cup. No good.
Where did they get to?
Don't know. No idea. No, they didn't do any good, mate. No, just no good. So they expected to do big things, but no good.
Remember Bernard Tomic in the tennis?
No, what's he done?
Who's he?
Footage of Bernard Tomic
I thought he was
being
done.
attacked on the Gold Coast.
Well, he lives on the Gold Coast, doesn't he?
Viciously attacked.
He lives on the Gold Coast.
Look at him. He looks horrified.
Well, he does.
What was he attacked by?
Terrified footage.
It's not a shark. It's not a shark on land, is it?
Someone's stomping on him.
Oh, that'll do it.
But, I mean, I've got to admit, that's a horrible thing to happen, but it is Bernard Tomic.
Yeah, well,
No,
that's
you don't want that to happen to anybody. That's not nice, Jeff.
So what was the score when he went down? 1-love?
Well, he wouldn't be playing. I don't even know if he plays anymore, to be honest with you.
No,
He should have got his racket out.
And Alex Deeman, well, we're thinking about tennis, so you could just keep throwing around. He got just, he was doing well. I think he's moved to
the USA
13th in the world.
Is
I
that
think.
right?
But he got beaten, but he's still got. I think he's the highest ranked Australian now, isn't he? And he's 13th. So that's a pretty good effort.
Yeah, I reckon Kyrgios has hung the boots up, mate. I think he's done. So
yeah. Tonight's game, mate. Going back to that, Carlton. What prospect have they got? If they win tonight,
yep.
How far can they go?
Well, everyone's talking them up, saying that they'll go all the way.
Well, Corey from, Corey's landscaping and gardening. He's really
all garden and landscaping. Doesn't matter.
Garden landscaping. It doesn't matter what he does. He does a good job. He does a lot of digging and stuff like that.
No, it's not.
But he's over there, and he thinks they're talking him up. But could they go all the way?
Could be their downfall, mate.
Could they go all the way or not? If they get over the Swans tonight,
look, I tell you what,
they will play Melbourne, and Melbourne now got their concerns. They've got no forward line, mate.
No.
Melbourne really, Collingwood nearly fell asleep last night.
But they stuck in the game, didn't they?
They did, and to be fair, if Melbourne when you looked at the game, and I watched the whole game, and I know what other viewers, if there was anyone out there, what they thought, but Collingwood started that hot, and they were that good with the ball and all that. They missed a couple of early goals that they should have kicked Collingwood, but they had no answers. They were too quick. They were aggressive, Collingwood, but to Melbourne's credit, after the injury to Angus Brayshaw, they kept flying back into the game, and they had I reckon they had another 20 more entries than what Collingwood did for the game.
Yeah.
And they, which is unheard of. They were winning in, the statistic parts in the game. Who got it out of the middle in the end and all that. It was Melbourne, but they didn't win on the scoreboard. It was the defensive effort from the Collingwood backs that was absolutely unbelievable, and led by Moore on the back line, the captain. He was sensational, mate. Him and Quainer.
What do you think of his hair?
Yeah, no, I'm only jealous because I haven't got hair like that.
It was nearly my colour.
It was. Remember the Rocky Horror Show?
Yes,
it was a little bit like that, wasn't it? Yeah, a little bit like that, but or Beetlejuice or something like that. I don't know.
I will be honest.
But he can play. He can play.
I watched the final quarter lying in bed, and I just decided, no, I'm going to go to sleep. Being on a Thursday night, I don't like Thursday night football.
Well, we're not Collingwood.
I know, but Thursday night football, guys, let us know. I mean, it just drives me insane. I don't think I've ever watched a Thursday night game.
Dear AFL, don't play AFL on a Thursday night because Jeff will go to sleep.
Exactly. And, exactly. But Collingwood were leading by enough to finish the game.
Look,
there's only 10 minutes left.
Collingwood deserved to win the game. There's no risk about it. They were the best side for the night. They got out of the game pretty well, except for this Brandon Maynard. Whether He does get put out, so they haven't got any concerns.
How
They're
big-
looking good. I tell you what,
what's-
they get a week's rest.
What sort of damage is that going to do to Collingwood?
Well, I
if he
don't
doesn't
know,
play?
but it'll be a lot because he's the heart and soul. He's one of those guys down back. He gives 120%. He's a hard rooster. Goes at the ball and
He's a hard rooster.
he's a big cock.
Is he rigor mortis?
A big cock, but he's a hard rooster. But at any rate, he has a fair go. He has a crack, as they say, and he's a heart and soul mate down there with Moore down there. Darcy Moore.
He wants more.
But that Quainer and their whole back line, I thought was sensational last night. So young Ginnivan came on.
Mickey, how'd he go?
Thought he played well. Who?
Yeah, right.
Did you right?
Came on the last 10
Mickey?
minutes.
Clever. He's got to win.
Yeah, we haven't spoken to him. I think he's still out celebrating.
What happens to is it Ginnivan?
Yeah,
What happens
he
to him in the
came
next
on,
game, mate? Does he play or does he stay as the sub?
No, because what's his name comes. Thingamabob comes back in. What's his name? The star, young Dacos.
Yes.
He'll be definitely playing.
Yep.
So someone's got to go out now. If Brandon Maynard gets out of that debacle, I call it,
Doesn't
because
look
get out of
good, but he should.
well, no, we should get out of that. So then someone's going to miss, and if anyone's going to miss, it's probably going to be that young fellow there.
Ginnivan.
You said Ginnivan. But I
Ginnivan.
tell you what, when he came on, he played really well. So, all kudos to him. I think he's a good little player. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But Collingwood, what I'm saying, they're sitting in the box seat. These guys tonight, they're all going to go and smash into one another.
Yep.
And it's going to be crash and bash.
Yep.
And they're sitting back, mate, waiting. And they get the week's rest. So,
Mate, Juanita's just spoken my language. She said, "Who's looking forward to Bathurst in a couple of weeks?"
Yes.
And it is me. I just, you know how much I love
we
Bathurst.
love Bathurst.
I went to Bathurst last year, Juanita, and it was a story.
It was a mud story, right?
It was a mud story.
It was a mud.
The most rain they've ever seen at Bathurst, and we camped.
Yeah, you're like a couple of ducks coming out
Ah.
of there. It wasn't out of your tent. You had hay.
Do you know what?
Stuck
It was
round your caravan, and
it was bloody horrible, mate. It
Maybe
was just
your tent, it
mud
wasn't tent, it was
everywhere,
going.
and it was rain everywhere. But we had the best time. Jeez, we
Exactly.
had a good time. But hey, viewers, if you're still out there, guys, we're waiting on Todd. He hasn't turned up. We hope
he's
he's
not
okay.
coming, is
But
he?
I don't think he's coming.
I think we could play some
He
cricket.
might have got caught up with something.
But I just hope he's
Racing-
okay,
It's
so-
right
Well,
in
there's
the middle
been-
of racing season,
Yes.
so something
There's
might have
been
happened.
some raging storms over there too, and
What is a raging storm?
Hey,
it's just
can I just say, because I just know that you do have a video on this channel which talks about Bathurst. We covered
We
a
do.
whole lot about
We
getting
do.
to Bathurst, camping, what it's like.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm going to go on a bit of that right now because Juanita's task is about Bathurst.
Yeah.
We were there last year
Okay.
for the wettest race, and that's my first time ever going to Mount Panorama. Oh, not Mount Panorama, but the actual race itself, Glennie.
yep.
People keep asking, Jeff, would you go back again? And my honest opinion is, and it was muddy, it was wet, and it was horrible, and we just had the best time, as I said. And we you know, it just added to the fun, to be honest with you. Al was out fishing.
That's
you know.
it.
We had
It's
everything.
fishing on a dirt road. but
We
you
had
catch anything.
everything going on. But here's the moral. The people ask me all the time, "Oh, Jeff, what do you think of Bathurst?" And I said, I would go back to Bathurst in a heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
From the Tuesday through to the Saturday, I'd go into town to watch the race in a pub.
How far is it? Now I can help you. How far is it from actually the racetrack to the town? If you had to walk, half-hour walk, is it?
Oh, yeah, it was probably a little over.
Yeah, a
half
little
hour.
after, 3/4 an hour.
you-
It wasn't bad.
So what you told me, and I'll get this right, but so because everyone was out of the track, that meant the town was almost dead.
Yeah, there wasn't.
When the race was on,
Yeah,
race
we
was
don't
on.
know. We were at the race. We sat at the Caltex
Exactly.
Chase. So
And in between though, like when you, like I don't know, when they wasn't racing, everyone was still out at the track.
Yeah.
So the town wasn't, wasn't going gangbusters.
yeah, it was pretty good on Saturday because
Okay.
we did a
So
pub
you
crawl
guys
on
went in,
Saturday.
didn't you? Went into the town, into
Yeah.
Bathurst.
Yes, down rain. It was
Yeah.
pouring.
Well, you get a little bit of yeah, that's right. You get your gum boots off and that.
But
you
the
can go and-
but the
But
reason
all the venues were all dressed up
Yeah,
with
they-
Bathurst gear.
yeah,
They had
they all
it
had it.
playing on the big screen TVs that they had in the venues.
It was
and
pretty
It
cool.
was really good.
So we went into town to watch the top 10 shootout, and as you guys would know, if you're Bathurst fans and race car fans, that it was cancelled due to the amount of rain they had.
You should have seen Jeff's face.
I was not happy, but anyway, that's the way it is. The race went ahead on Sunday, and
so
the reason I'll just jump in. The reason I said I would go to the track for the qualifying and all the different rounds and everything, because we had an absolute ball. But we sat at the Caltech, at the Chase. We sat at the Chase for the actual race itself. And now, Glennie, it takes 2 minutes. Let's just say 2 minutes, right, for the cars to go around Mount Panorama. If it's wet, maybe 2 minutes 30. And it was wet.
It was wet.
Yeah. So when you're sitting at the Chase, you see, and the way things are working at the moment with the Gen 3 cars and they're pitting, and everyone just pits at the same time.
Which is mayhem. Hard for the guys changing the tyres.
And it's one of the questions we had in here from one of the viewers tonight, which probably would have won the hat and stuff, which I'll still sort of give that away anyway. But yeah, so you see all the cars go past, and then you've got to wait another 2 minutes for them to come past again.
Yeah.
Now, unless you're sitting in front of one of the big screens and you can see what's going on. Now, we sat at the Chase and we did have a screen across the other side of the track, but you couldn't see the positions and who was doing what and stuff like that. You could only just see the track. Yeah, so it wasn't good. But the Chase is probably, if you're down the lower part of the mountain, it's probably the best place to watch. You get to see him coming down Conrod Straight, you see him going through the Chase, and then you can also see him going up the other straight. But yeah, look, I watch it on TV every day of the week, and I have, ever since I can remember.
Well, I did.
Well,
yeah, you went back to the van and watched
It's amazing. It's like any sport. The way it's changed, and as you pointed out now, for people that aren't car enthusiasts, it's gone from, as I said, it's gone from the old Toranas and the Fords, and now it's, then it was
Camaros and
Mustangs.
Mustangs.
Now it's Camaros and Mustangs. So what you pointed out to me, which is, again, it's a little bit like football on that. They've tried to even up it's the race. It's like evening up the football with teams so that everyone gets a good
Well, and it has. We've had so many different winners this year.
Yeah.
The cars are more competitive, but there's still, one of the questions tonight was also from another viewer asking, what do you need to do to get up with the front runners? Because there's still, Todd's pretty much sitting in, on a good day he can get up into the top 10, but he's normally around 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. So what do they need to do in their team to actually to get up there, or even get on a podium?
Yep.
And I have spoken to Todd about this before, and he did say to me, look, I can't tell you, but there's 200 different things that they can change in a car, which might give them a tenth of a second.
So it's the technology. It must be the actual team then, is it? They've got more, or that they've got the facility to do more than what Todd's team can. Is that what we're saying? Or
Michael from Queensland, mate. Timmy's young fella's on. G'day, buddy. How are you, mate? Yeah. Look, I still think there's supposed to be parity between the Mustangs and the Camaros. It's still not there. The Camaros are still a better car at the moment. They're still working on different things to try and get the Mustangs up with them.
It's still early days, though, isn't it?
Well,
it's like
it is, Glenn, but it's not. We're nearly into Bathurst. I mean, we've been racing now. Guys, I don't even know. How many rounds we've gone through, but they still haven't got it right. So, and one of the other questions was in there is about parity and asking Todd, what do you think? Do you think there is parity? Is the Mustang and the Camaro getting closer? And one of the questions is, 50% of people say it's rubbish, but the other 50% say, wow,
they like it.
The racing's closer than it's ever been.
Which is what they've tried to do in sport. Everything's been tried to even up, and it's the same with the. It's like anything now. I mean, even with the after the World Cup with the women's soccer and everything else.
Sorry, mate. I just need to grab this. Sorry.
Ba-ding.
Bear with me, guys. G'day, buddy. How are you? Oh, no. He's okay. He's okay, everyone out there. That's all right, mate.
I thought you might have had lightning strikes.
Well, yeah, Glenn's worried about you in the middle of a storm and something's going wrong or something.
No, we're all good now. We're just working up a storm here in the workshop.
Working up a storm. That's all right, mate. That's well, mate, I'm actually got Glenn answering all your questions at the moment. So
I'm doing a good job.
he's doing quite well.
Hey, do you want me to come up and I could be your co-driver, mate, at the moment? I'm learning
Actually,
on
hang on.
the run here.
Could just say hello to everyone. I'll just put you on speaker for a second, mate.
Yeah.
Just there you go. You there?
Yes, I got everyone. Hello.
There you go.
Todd Hazelwood.
There you go, guys. If you're out there watching at the moment, Todd's on the phone. And what have you been doing? Working on your
I've
car?
been working strenuous.
I have, yeah. We've been working away here at the workshop, so we're just preparations here for Sandown, actually. So
Is that right?
I've been working away here and didn't realise how late it was. So apologies about that.
No, we don't apologise on this show, mate.
No.
We go with
We
the
want to
flow.
see you win. You keep working on that car.
Yeah, we do.
We want to see. That's right. We want to see you up there, mate. And,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're trying to work some magic. We had a test day earlier this week and tight turnaround before Sandown next week. So, she's all hands on deck, and we're trying to make our number 3 Mustang as fast as we can.
Yeah, mate.
You know,
How did the testing go?
Testing went well. Yeah, we haven't done a test day since the start of the year, so most other teams in pit lane have all had a 1 or 2 test day advantage on us throughout the season. So we've been very desperate, in desperate need, I guess, to do a test day, gain some more knowledge about the new car and try and work out how we can make it go faster. And, we had a really productive day at Winton. The sun was shining, perfect weather, got through a heap of changes, and hopefully that puts us in a good position for Sandown next weekend.
How does that work when you're at Winton and obviously you've got data that you've driven there before, and you get better times out of the car? How does that transfer to Sandown? Because obviously the track's going to be a different setup again, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, totally different setup, but there's a lot of things that we can try and test, and there's some corners or some phases of the corner, if you call it, that we try and break it right down to analyse and understand, I guess, what sort of corners that might relate to, or what certain features might relate to Sandown.
Yep.
And then we try and focus on them, and then put it all together and understand what works. So it's a bit of a combination, I guess. A bit of guesstimating going on in our sport. I guess that's the one luxury that we have with the equipment that we play with, that we can we play around with a lot of different ideas and philosophies, and hence why the engineers work their magic and try and come up with the perfect combination to ideally make our cars go as fast as they can.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine. I remember going up there, up to Simmons Plains, mate, and it was my first look at being in the pits crew there and going through the car, Todd. When I came up there, and what I learnt in a very short deal of time, which was fantastic, is just how in depth these cars actually are. So if anyone doesn't know, if you ever get the chance, always, if you ever get the chance to go into the pits and have a look at a car and see what you guys go through to make those cars run, do yourself a favour and go and do it.
So you're off to dinner.
So what are you up to, mate?
I think the guys have just ordered Nando's.
Nando's. Well, what do you want to do? Would you like to come back on another time, or do you want to just have a chat now, or do you just want to go and have dinner?
We can do both. Yeah, happy to do both.
You sure? Because I do look. We do have a stack of questions here, and I obviously we won't go through that tonight.
We won't go through everything, but we can.
No, that's it. We can do another catch up. Yeah, maybe post Sandown as well afterwards, which would lead into Bathurst nicely.
Yeah. Well, how about we do that? We'll save these questions for that, and I'll give you a call later on, and we'll organise a date, and we'll do it again.
All right, Jeff. Yeah. Apologies about that. I didn't.
No.
From me,
mate, so. You've got a livelihood there, mate. We're very lucky that you that you do come on the show. And
do you know it's been 3 years since you've been on?
Oh God,
there's time gone, mate.
Doesn't it? It's unbelievable. We were just saying that before, we're talking about COVID and stuff before. And God, it feels like a lifetime ago in some ways.
Just before you go, but whereabouts are you based now?
A bit everywhere.
You're still everywhere.
Question.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know you were you're an Adelaide boy, but I suppose with the racing, the way this enduro is, you're all over the place, aren't you? Just stay where
exactly.
You
I'll be in Melbourne by the time Sandown finishes up. I'll be in Melbourne for nearly 4 weeks, and then my girlfriend and I were still saving up for a place, so she's actually staying with her parents still up at home for her in Bundaberg.
Yeah.
Nice. So when I'm up in Queensland, I've got few commitments up there I need to do and a little bit of work. So I actually stay in Brisbane or a little bit of time in Bundaberg, and Mum and Dad are still in Adelaide, and I stay with my sister in Melbourne. So
Sure, the shop.
life is all over the place, and just living out of a suitcase now. But I guess the unglamorous side of the world of motorsport, I guess.
So when you say, for example, Sandown this weekend, how soon do you get to the track? When, like, how many days before the actual racing do you get there?
So we'll be bumping in on the Thursday morning. So we'll set everything up and get the pits all organised and cars at the truck, and then we'll be on track Friday morning for practice, and we go from there. Yeah,
okay. Hey mate, before you go, I've just got one serious question I've got to ask you, and this is from one of the guys who've written in. The silly season with V8 supercars, it's just crazy at the moment. I'd hate to ask this, but your drive's secure?
No, so that's something that we're working on at the moment.
You're still working on a contract? Yep.
Yeah. So over the next week or so, I should know a bit more what my I guess the fate of my future in supercars looks like.
God, it must be a horrible thing to go through.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, every year you go through it, and I guess you work hard to keep your dream alive, but there's a lot of elements that are simply just out of your control. So it's a tough position, but that's the pressure of the sport, and if you can't deal with it, then you won't survive. Yeah,
that's true. That's
right,
true.
Mate. Well, we think you're an absolute superstar, mate, and we hope the best, and I'm sure that the certain talents that you've got, mate, would be wasted if you're certainly not picked up.
If you don't get a drive,
thank you very much. No, I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
No, that's all right, mate.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right, mate.
I won't go through any more questions because I'll save them for the next time you're on.
But be safe, mate.
All good. No worries. Thank you for that,
guys.
guys.
As well.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. Thanks for the call.
That's right, mate.
Cheers.
I'll be in contact with you, buddy, and we'll organise another date.
No worries. Thanks,
Cheers,
Jeff.
Thanks. See you, mate.
Bye.
Thanks for understanding. Cheers.
Good luck on the weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Right, well, that was the great Todd Hazelwood.
Well, there you go, guys. Unfortunately, not tonight. But, before Bathurst.
This is the guy's working on the damn car. You can't knock him, mate. It's a professional sport. It's
he's
like
right in the middle of nearly racing.
He's got a race at Sandown. Winton, sorry, isn't it? Yeah, Winton.
No, that was the test.
There's Sandown. No, we're right, Sandown, for Sandown. But he's a professional. You don't stop even for any show. Like, even though our show is a highly rated, world class show, you can't just stop. Yeah. Well, you can really, but anyway, come on, Todd. No, only joking, mate.
Do you remember the first time we spoke with Todd? And I just said to him, that was 3 years ago, and he was at Brad Jones Racing.
Yeah.
And I asked him, what's a normal week look like for a V8 supercar driver?
Exactly.
And he blew me away.
Yeah.
Because he's out there stickering up the car and putting the things on. He's on the phone trying to get sponsorship. He's not just a driver.
They're like
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
but your teams like Red Bull and DJR and your big teams, Erebus and all that sort of stuff. I don't think their drivers would be doing that, Glenn.
No.
They're not on the phone trying to get sponsorship. They're not out trying to help. But I remember at Bathurst, right, he went into the wall, and we went and did a pit tour in Todd's garage.
Yep.
And we couldn't talk to him because he was too busy.
Too busy, that's right.
He was working on the car. He was trying to fix it.
So
exactly. The other guys don't do that.
No.
And he's talking about that he's got to try and get another contract for next year in the team that he's in. And you've got to look at that sort of stuff, that he's not just a driver in the team. He's contributing with so many different things.
But Toddy wouldn't be the only one.
No,
there'd be
there's
other
a lot of
drivers
guys.
That are doing the same
They would
thing.
be.
But there's others that have got really good sponsors.
Yes.
I know it's a silly thing to say. Well, it's not a silly thing to say because
you don't need the headphones anymore.
No, sorry. Well, because at the end of the, it sounded good. What?
He's listening to music.
It sounded good. Like if you think about rookie drafts in footy and all that, all these guys are just finishing all their rugby, all the Australian rules, car racing. Every year, it doesn't matter if you have. It's not that you're off or that you haven't had a good year, but they look. I suppose there's only so many can race in a. Am I right?
There's only 20,
car
25
race.
cars.
That's 26. All you've got. Think about AFL.
So
you've got 40. You've got 40 players. So you've got your 22 that are playing.
Yep.
But then you've got your reserves.
Yep.
They haven't really got reserves in car racing, so that's 25. Right. You're saying
25 or 26, the best drivers in Australia.
In Australia, that's it.
Yeah.
So I've got no doubt there'd be another young Todd Hazelwood coming through, and they're nipping it there.
Yes. So
they're nipping, aren't they?
And then you have your other ones. So there's a
The Dunlop
there's
series.
a few other.
Yeah,
but
there's a 12-hour race.
Todd won.
Some of the drivers driving that, and then they have another one where they.
Todd won the series, the second series underneath, and that's how he got his drive.
That's
so
how he got it.
the guy can drive. There's no doubt.
No. That's not a question.
But
right.
What I'd love to see is someone like Van Gisbergen get into Todd's car and Todd get into the Red Bull car.
Yeah. Well, this is the old.
And let's find out
swap it up.
Where are we at?
Where we at? Because I think until it's just like saying pick your best player. Get a Lionel Messi, one of the greatest soccer players of all time.
Yep.
Go and put him in the weaker side.
Yep.
And see if he can still, which he probably would still stand out to a certain degree, but not as much as in a top side, like Madrid or something like that.
Exactly.
And this is the whole thing. As you said, that we're talking seconds to be
hundreds of seconds, tenths
of a second. That's right. And the speed. I mean, we've been there and we've watched, and I marvel at how can they control these cars going around the track at the pace they're going at, and of course there's no beg your pardons if something happens with the car. You're at the mercy of what's going on too, and the conditions.
Yes,
is the other thing.
Mate, guys, if you're just joining us, we've just had Todd on the phone. He's just rung us up and let us know that, unfortunately, he's working on the car at the moment, getting ready for Sandown. We're going to renegotiate a time, and he's going to come back on closer to Bathurst.
We're thrilled to have a guy of his calibre on. As I said, a professional sportsman that gives us time. And he actually gives time for the viewers, so it's not about just me and Jeff interviewing this fella. It's about you guys having your say. So if you ring in, we've got a phone. There you go, we've got it incoming.
Hello.
There we go.
Welcome to the Friday Frothy. Hello.
Oh, g'day, boys. How you going?
Good. How are you?
Yes, not too shabby. This is the QDC calling in, just making sure you boys are all behaving yourselves.
No, we're not. We're not at all. We're not at all.
We try very hard.
Well, you could be, guys, because we're paying close attention to you guys.
Well, that's good.
And, we wouldn't have it any other way.
So,
honestly.
So what's happening in the Queensland Darts Arena at the moment?
Oh, look, there's a bit of a darts championships going down here between, Paulie, Michael and myself, Timbo. And, you know what, it's dead set all happening.
Sounds a bit like Russell Coit, doesn't he?
He does sound like Russell.
Who's winning the darts, mate?
Well, look, I don't want to, I don't want to be too cocksure, but you know what, Timbo's he's currently leading the championship, but the boys they're putting in a good front.
Easy.
They're they're doing some fairly sensational things around the old hockey.
So that Timbo bloody cheat, really, isn't he?
Well, he's a bit of a bastard, I'm not going to lie. But he's not the most sociable darts player in the world.
Hey, Timbo Coit, let's just have a quick, while I got you on the phone, you're also a champion bloody, what do you call them, the little race cars that you drive around. Did you know that?
Scale Electric. Scale Electric.
The old one for Scale race cars.
That's him, yes, it is. I know you don't.
I'd almost say back in the day, but 2019 doesn't really feel like back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
he's just done a Darrow East.
I said yes. But you were.
It almost feels like yesterday. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, was it?
Well, I mean, 2019 is only a few years ago.
It's pre-COVID, mate. We've all lost 3 years of our life through COVID. So you've done all right.
Well, exactly right. But no, I used to love the old 1/5 scale racing. I started out as just a random turning up to the club, and I had a bit of a race. And what I can say is the boys there were absolutely bloody sensational.
Yes.
They very supportive. They wanted to just share nothing but information because they just wanted more people to get involved in 1/5 scale racing. And
then you started beating them.
1/5 scale racing, I'm talking about RC cars, right? But I'm talking these things are nearly a metre long.
Oh, metre.
They weigh anywhere from 12 kgs to maybe 18 kgs, depending on the particular class of the car.
Really?
They run anywhere from a 23 to a 30 cc engine in these things. So, like, they're a proper race car, but
Todd,
it's all
get
scaled
into his
down.
car.
So everything matters. Camber, toe in, toe out, suspension,
You name it.
oils.
You name it.
Anything you
Paulie.
can think of. And I can tell you right now, it's pretty bloody sensational stuff when you get right into it.
Now,
it's a lot of fun. But what I can say is it consumes all of your time, all of your money, and it puts your relationships right on the borderline of sustainable. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going racing again, love. Bloody beautiful, mate.
Well
I
done.
used to love it, and I've moved on to more, shall I say, sustainable sports, and that is darts in the cave
Darts.
with the boys. Easy times.
Yes.
You can have a few beers while you're playing, no stress, and dead set loving it.
That's what
So
the
thanks very
well
much
done. Well done. That's
for
what-
listening, big fella.
That's
frothies
what all
love it.
sports are all about, mate, and well done. Yeah, terrific.
Thank you, TVC, Paulie and Mikey.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on, mate. Good to talk to you.
Mate, lovely to chat to you boys. You have a fantastic show. We tune in every bloody Friday night. So I love it.
You're awesome.
Okay, all
You're
right, boys.
awesome.
Okay,
That's
lads.
what we love to hear. Thanks, mate.
Happy darting.
Thanks, boys.
See you, buddy.
Good one.
See you guys.
You too.
Bye.
Well done. How good's that?
Oh, mate, champion.
Hey,
What's
how
with
good's
it?
that?
He's got a bit of the
He's
talk
got
going
that
on.
whole
It's a
thing.
bit of, as you said, Daryl Leasley.
He's got
Come
a bit of
on.
narrow East Lake going.
Hey, I just
a bit of Russell Coit.
sorry, Jason Featherstone's just put a post up before saying sign of a dedicated driver and talking about Todd, not Tim.
No.
But well, he could be talking.
He could be
he
talking
could
about
be
Timmy.
talking about Tim.
They
And,
could be talking about the big mate.
but he's not. And let me tell you, Jason's actually coming on the show next week.
Yeah, who's that, mate? Jason?
Jason Featherstone. Yeah, we're going, guys.
Okay.
We're normally on fortnightly, but I can't do the show on the 22nd, so we're going to come on
We're
next
coming on
week.
next week.
And Jason's going to come and join us.
Well, that'd
And,
be good.
Jason's well, mate, he's a bitzer of everything.
Well, you've given me the rundown on what he's done, and it's anything from. He's another, obviously very, very, very good 10-pin bowler, but also heavily into basketball,
Referee.
heavily into refereeing.
Jack jumpers.
He's done the jack jumpers. He's done baseball. He's done. He likes his American sports.
Loves his
He's-
gridiron,
his
so we'll get on
gridiron
right,
and that.
mate.
So we'll get on well. We'll talk all sports. So it'll be interesting.
And
to have-
the gridiron's just started.
well, it has, and my team, the Green Bay Packers, they might come back into it.
Yes, mate.
I don't know where they're going to be at, but
Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Buffalo
we'll
Bills
get
will be
the,
hard
we'll
to
get
beat
the,
this
we'll
year,
get the
mate.
news
I'll
on
tell
it, and of course the Sooner boys. They'll be all the college.
you. Yeah, we should get into that
We
this
should
year
get
as
back
well.
into the Sooners, and I wouldn't mind having a talk to the lads again because we went through hard times talking to them last time.
Yeah, it wasn't
because that
easy.
was all COVID.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And you were talking to me up there in the bush where I am, and we.
Mate of mine, Rowie, he lives in America as well, and he wants to cover some of the baseball for us.
Well,
so.
that'd be good because I mean they're as I said, we were talking 92,000 at the G the other night. Probably another, God knows tonight. I reckon probably 80 again tonight. And but over there, as it was pointed out to us from the Sooner boys, this is just at Oklahoma. I actually forgot that a couple of weeks ago. Couldn't think where Oklahoma was. Oklahoma, and they was talking about 100,000, weren't they? 100,000 people,
100.
and that's to a that was to the
College.
College,
They had shirtloads.
100,000.
Shirtloads.
Jesus Christ. Anyway,
Now, guys, if you're just joining us now, we've just spoken with Todd on the phone. Unfortunately, he's been held up tonight, so
He's working on his car.
he's working on his car for
He's getting ready
Sandown.
for Sandown.
And Glennie and I...
we might have helped him. We might actually help him win it.
We'll hope so. Wouldn't that
He
be good?
might get an extra beat because a little spring in his style. He's actually with his voice. He sounded quite.
He's given us a bit of a spring in
but
our
he-
steps.
but
We
he-
were a bit down
but he-
before.
but no,
I know, it's a bit
no,
boring. I was bored.
I thought, I know.
I was sad.
I was actually thinking that.
You were
I bet you. I was thinking. I bet you he's working on his car.
Yeah, and he was.
No,
He
it's a load of
was.
bullshit. I didn't know, but anyway,
You thought he was in a storm.
I thought he could have been in a storm.
Well, actually, someone said, I think it was Michael said there's some pretty big storms in the sky.
No, he said it was
doing
light
the
on.
kind of
No,
sky-
it is
Sky's
been.
lighting up a bit. Expected an
Well, in
expected
Sydney,
storm later,
right.
but should be right.
I don't think he's in Sydney.
That's
is he?
from
Where's
Mikey.
Winton? exactly.
Melbourne.
That's Melbourne.
But that was last week.
Yes.
Exactly. And because Sandown's okay, that's all right. But anyway, no, I was just saying. I mean, there has been big storms and that all over the place, and they move pretty quickly, mate.
Hey, what's Koshy doing?
Who?
Koshy, it's something to do. Has he got his finger in everything? Anyway, he's
AFL
a
commissioner.
Yes, he's
Koshy who?
David
Koch.
Oh, not him.
Yeah, he's tipped as the leading candidate for the AFL commissioner over the embattled Richard Goyder. So he's after his job, is he, or does he get the first
I
look?
think he's going to be given
Given the job.
Well, that's the way I'm reading it.
So Richard Goyder out. And then, of course, Dill McLaughlin.
Now, what's going on? Has he gone?
At least
He's gone. He's gone, and the other guy.
He keeps coming in and.
No, he's gone.
He's gone, is he?
He's gone now.
Oh, he's finished. Yeah.
Bit nice
There's
there.
that ban over there.
Gil had nice
Just looking
hair.
at that.
Sorry, guys, we're just having a quick look. Braden Maynard sent directly to the AFL Tribunal over hit on Angus Brayshaw. Collingwood is hanging in the balance. Collingwood Stern has been sent to the Tribunal and a collision. Blah, 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 blah.
He's got to get out of it.
Blah.
Jeff,
He's
got
has to get out of it. Guys, what do you think?
yeah.
Seriously, if you watched it last
I
night.
mean, anyone who watches football, don't worry about if you barrack for Collingwood, who you barrack for, because we don't. But that guy's got to get out of that because the game is going to be in
It'll ruin the game for you.
disrepute. Did I just say that wrong?
You did disrespute.
I spelt that. I got that totally wrong.
Disrespute.
Yeah, but I think you know what I mean.
I do.
Viewers. So no, they've got to be better than that, mate. If he put his arm up to elbow or something like that, fair enough. But the guy's in midair. He tried to smother the ball.
Yeah.
But sometimes in all sports, again, only just saying the same things. Accidents happen.
That's right.
Happen in life.
That's right.
Move on.
Now, before Todd rang us, we were talking about Bathurst.
We was.
And I said that I wouldn't watch the race there again on a Sunday. I'd go into town and watch it.
Well, had the conditions been
No.
good, well, it wasn't that.
No.
What you're saying
I
is,
prefer to
is
watch
the
it on
part
TV.
of the track, because the parts of the track, as we know when we went to, so when you go to Symonds Plains, it's different because you see the whole track.
So boring.
But isn't it? You see the whole track.
But you want to hear all the commentary and see all the stats. and the
You
talent.
do. So you are missing. What
Yeah.
you're saying is there's a difference
And the
between being
strategies.
live and if you're at a point.
Don't get me
like
wrong,
Mount
it was
Panorama, and that you're only seeing, pung, pung,
Yeah.
and the cars are coming past, and that's it. And the rest you're going. You're looking for the TV screen anyway. That's what you're telling
I
me.
went back to camp and watched it on the telly,
So-
but I could hear the cars, I could hear the crowd, and the choppers and everything. It was almost like I was there.
Yeah, but so it's interesting.
Well, I was
for-
there.
And the other thing which really surprised me is
Come to think of it, I was there.
before Bathurst, I hated Carrera Cup, the Porsches. I hated them.
with a passion.
And I just couldn't watch it. And after watching them there, the qualifying and their racing, and they're so loud and they're so quick, I absolutely loved it. I couldn't watch it on TV still,
no.
but live, they were fantastic. Gee, they were good.
Well, I said it's like, again, you could go to the AFL football, go to a grand final, right? If you're in a box seat, as they call it, box seats your first two tiers at the MCG.
Is it?
Be up the back, they look like ants. You might as well be sitting in a pub or something like that watching the game, because you know what, you can't see anything, Jeff. And guess what you're just doing? You're doing exactly what you just said. You're looking at a screen up in the stand, and you're watching a screen. So the atmosphere's there though.
Yep.
But you're not really getting the guest. If you can afford to be in a box seat, grand final, prelim, Anzac Day, all that. This is football or Bathurst or whatever you're watching, basketball game. Then it's fantastic if you can get good seats. But if you're not, sometimes you do see more. You know, sitting back and enjoying it, having a frothy, and watching it on the big screen, mate.
I don't mind frothy.
But anyway, look, it's been an interesting night. At any rate, I suppose it comes to a bit of an end. But I think it's good to
watch a bit of footy.
Well, it's good, we're going to watch the footy and hope that no one wins. But
No, seriously, who do you want to win?
I don't really. Well,
I'm going
I suppose.
Yeah, I'm going for
I'm going. Well, I suppose you'll go for Carlton. Now, look, they've tortured me when I was a kid. because they used to win everything. And I've got a long memory, but I suppose they've been in the wilderness for long enough.
Yeah, they do.
My mate Ozzy, he's over watching the Saints. The Saints haven't won since '66, as everyone knows, and it's well schooled about that. So they may be a cracker of a game too tomorrow night. So wouldn't it be nice to see some different sides lining up? Brisbane, I would think, would win, beat Port Adelaide. So
I would think so.
They will get in a prelim.
Especially at home.
I think they'll get in the prelim.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting. So we all said toss the coin for the other sides, and at any rate, let the best side win.
Yeah. Now, mate, you haven't said anything about my beard. I think I'm looking like David Letterman.
Yeah, well, it's looking, mate. You're looking very suave and sophisticated. We had something going there. We were.
Yeah, you said you weren't
in the
going to
competition.
shave.
Well, we did look
You
very
said
similar.
you weren't going to shave. And
No, I didn't. But I said coming in that I actually ended up pulling my workshop door down the other night, and I had a beard like Jeff here, and I thought this thing crawling around the side of my face down where my beanie was.
Oh.
And it was a bloody Huntsman, mate, and
How
thought
big? How big?
It was the side of my face.
That's crazy.
And I flicked it off, and I thought, nah, I'm going to have a shave because it must think it's in a nest. So, so I got rid of it. But at any rate, so the beard went. But actually, mate, the good thing is with me, we'll grow it back. And what are we calling it? Movember, Beardvember, or
Well, it's September, isn't it?
What I'm a bit concerned about is
I've got to get a haircut.
This is dark still.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's a lot of dark bloody hair on my head.
Acamanus.
An Acamanus.
There you go.
Throwback.
All right, guys.
Yeah, right. Well,
that's all we've got for this evening.
Thanks to the producer tonight and the makeup artist again out the back there, Leah. Look, we can only control what we can control, and we look forward to having Todd. He said he's coming back on.
Yeah.
So when it's convenient, things quieten down a little bit for him, and
He's a busy boy.
he's a busy boy, and we understand professional sport. You know, we're lucky to get guys like that on, and but we share it with you people out there if when he comes on, and that will happen. Perhaps not right on the race day, which is unfortunate. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to win the damn thing and keep his ride, as you said, alive. So anyway, all the best to your teams for the finals, and we'll be back on
next week. Yes,
So,
with Jason Featherstone.
With Jason Featherstone, and we look to talk all
In the
sports,
bar.
mate. In the bar, in the frothy bar.
Yeah.
So salute. If you're in Italy or somewhere like that.
In Italy.
But anyway, all the best.
Well, all right. So thanks,
Is
guys.
that it?
Hang on, I've just got something.
Hey.
Oh no! Look how much he's missed the dartboard for.
Oh my God.
Holy hell!
Hey
Yeah.
guys, what's this say? Smile.
Anyway,
Oh yes.
thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for
sorry,
joining.
sorry, Todd wasn't here. We'll have him on before Bathurst, and we'll go through the questions.
We will. Okay.
All right.
Good night, everyone. Have a great
Okay.
weekend.
Night.
Okay.
Bye.
Cheers.
Reviews. You're listening to the Friday Frothy. What a fantastic show.